Summer is nearly here, and lots of community-favorite events are getting into full swing. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. Our top story, the Festival of Hope will be held this Saturday at the fairgrounds in Mitchell and will include a 5K, live entertainment, auctions, and the Wall of Hope. However, this year the event will be only in the morning to accommodate the butterfly release, as they'll be more active ahead of the warmer afternoon temperatures. Dr. Vince Buerling says the main goal of the Festival of Hope organization is to help locals battling cancer deal with funds for those non-related medical expenses.
This is family, friends, and neighbors taking care of each other. This is how we take care of our own at the community, and we should not be ashamed about that. And you asked about people on the backside, and that's always, I think, one of the really satisfying things for people is to be able to pay it forward.
The event runs Saturday from 7 to noon, and a full schedule of events can be found at festivalofhope.net/event. Well, the Father's Day Classic Rock and Roll Car Show returns for its 24th year this weekend in Gering. President of the High Plains Auto Club, Daryl Wills, says the show brings together classic cars of all kinds and the people and families who enjoy them.
My son still has the car he bought when he was 16. He just turned 50.
Wow.
So he's held on to that, and I have a couple grandsons that are interested in cars. So, you know, what we do in our lives carries over to these kids, and if they're interested, it's a great legacy, and a great legacy for High Plains Auto Club to have these younger people involved and carry on the tradition.
The Father's Day Classic Rock and Roll Car Show will start with a registration of cars this afternoon at the Gering Civic Center, followed by a cruise for cash and an ice cream social. On Saturday, the public can enjoy the opening parade at 9 a.m. in downtown Gering, and then head on over to Five Rocks Amphitheater for the rest of the show, which opens at 10. There will be food trucks at the amphitheater, and admission is free. And a maintenance issue has forced the closure of one of the amenities at the Gering Municipal Swimming Pool. Parks and Recreation Supervisor Amy Seiler says due to a leak, the baby pool will be closed until further notice. She says they understand how disappointing this will be for patrons, noting that the city is also disappointed about the pool not being available right now. City officials are not sure how long the repairs will take and apologize for the inconvenience, but the main pool will remain open during the repair process. The city will keep everyone updated on the project on their Facebook page. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Life Care promises us that we are looked after and taken care of properly.
If I didn't have Life Care, I would be probably scared to death about having enough money for when I got older or when I got sick.
Moving in here was an easy decision and in fact a no-brainer. I looked at it as actually buying long-term care insurance, and in retrospect a good move.
One of the things that convinces me that we did the right thing is no matter what happens, we will constantly be taken care of.
The whole thing is just vital because you don't have to be worried about what's ahead for you. It's there, it's in black and white, and that's reassuring.
This is home. It has been from the day I moved in.
Welcome back. A Scottsbluff man who was found guilty in April by a jury of one of the county's first revenge porn cases has been sentenced. Earlier this spring, a Scottsbluff County District Court jury found 38-year-old William Zitterkoff II guilty on a Class 2A felony charge of distribution of an intimate image without consent. Court records said the victim had a sexual encounter with Zitterkoff and he recorded video without her knowledge and later began sharing it with acquaintances and threatening to share it even more. Earlier this month, District Judge Leo Dobrevolny sentenced him to 2 45-day jail sentences in addition to 3 years of probation. Zidorkov II is also facing felony drug and weapons charges in a separate Kimball County case. And a 27-year-old Chadron man facing felony child abuse resulting in death charges following the passing of his 10-month-old daughter is set to stand trial this fall. Riley Lenhart was taken into custody last June following an investigation by the Chadron Police Department, who say the girl was found unresponsive while in Lenhart's care at their home. The girl was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. District Court Judge Travis O'Gorman ordered a 5-day jury trial to begin on October 2nd. If found guilty on the Class 1B felony, Lenhart would face 20 years to life in prison.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
We're back for another edition of Fridays in the Field, brought to you by FNBO, the great big small bank. This week, we traveled out to Raymond, Nebraska. We're at West Mill Flowers, and Becca Monroe is joining us. Thanks so much for having us out.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. I'm so excited that you're here.
So this is a beautiful place, and we're going to learn all about it this growing season. But for those who don't know, what is West Mill Flowers?
Oh man, okay, so we started our business back in 2017 and we were not original and we named it after our road, but we've kind of trademarked West Mill at this point with all of our many endeavors out here. And we started growing cut flowers primarily for the local farmers market on Saturday mornings.
So give us an idea of what sorts of things are out here on your property.
Okay, so when you come out, you will actually see a ton of color and varieties of flowers that you can cut. We grow a lot of annuals, so things that do not come back but are very prolific during our season, and your basic market flowers that can grow in Nebraska.
Yeah, you mentioned the farmers market is a big part of your business. When people go up to your space, what do they do? What do they expect to see?
So we have a really fun, quirky space. We have Betty White, the school bus that we take all of our flowers down with when she feels like she wants to work that morning. And we have buckets and buckets of flowers. And the beauty of our kind of setup is you get to come up and you tell me what colors you're feeling or what you'd like to see in a bouquet. And me and my staff will specifically make you a bouquet with your request. So every bouquet is unique, every bouquet is individually made for our customers.
So people across Nebraska, flowers might not be the first thing they think of when they think of agriculture, but you guys are dealing with a lot of the same issues that producers across the state are. Walk me through what you guys have to consider with drought.
Yeah, so we actually kind of had to go through our list of flowers and pick out what are things that can tolerate more heat resistance. I'm kind of in the process of training my flowers from little on. Okay, you probably need water, but we're gonna stretch it, and every day we're stretching it a little bit more and more. We've definitely had to cut our fair share of flowers that we do enjoy, but they just, they won't survive in the elements that we are facing this year.
What else have you learned about the floriculture industry being part of it?
You know, it is so fun because there are so many more flower farmers popping up around Nebraska, and we're creating a community, and it is truly enjoyable to help mentor some, to help get guidance from others, and to come together, and we feel like we can ask questions and we're in it together. We all know kind of the struggles that we're dealing with.
Absolutely. I know you have a lot more to learn. I feel like everybody does in whatever industry they are, but this time of year, as we sit here at the beginning of June, what are you guys mainly focused on?
Okay, so June is planting month, and we really have to kind of reiterate to our customers over and over again that we don't have a lot of actual flowers going on right now. June is a huge time that we are planting, we are weeding, and we are mowing, and we just repeat over and over and over again in June. By the end of this month, we should start seeing some of your more typical summer bouquets coming out.
All right, the next time Becca will have the chance to visit is in about 6 weeks. What will you guys be doing in that time frame?
So mid-July is like my favorite time. Mid to like beginning of August, that's when we're starting to see fields in full bloom, and we're just doing less of the back-breaking work and more of the enjoyable work of harvesting bountiful bucketfuls of flowers.
All right, as we round out our conversation, before people can follow along in the next 6 weeks, what's the best way to follow along with what you guys do?
So we are on social media. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Feel free to reach out to us, and yeah.
All right, all good things. Thanks so much, Becca.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that again, Becca Monroe joining us. She's the owner of West Mill Flowers here near Raymond, Nebraska. That'll do it for this week's episode of Fridays in the Fields, brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing. Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank.
The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, quite a sight this week at the Scottsbluff National Monument. KNEB's summer intern Rebecca White has that story.
Years of damage have caused a wall at Scottsbluff National Monument to crumble, but experts are here to help. Cornerstone Community Partnership and Historic Preservation Training Center trekked up from New Mexico to Gering this week. Isaac Logston, the project manager, says he and his crew are here to help teach area national park staff how to make adobe brick. He says they'll return in August to teach wall construction once the brick's fully dry.
Well, when we preserve these old buildings, we want to try to preserve them in a compatible manner and keep that, tradition alive. But we also, just want to be accurate in how we restore them.
This means that the adobe is made by hand and with local materials where possible. Logston explains what his favorite thing about adobe is.
I think the sense of material is really nice. An adobe is clay, sand, straw, and water. So there's no modern amendments that we're using. It's just these natural materials that we're able to find from the landscape.
This week, crews mixed their materials, drove the wet product to the maintenance garage, and then it was time to shape the bricks. People then took wooden frames for the bricks, filled it with the mixture, and packed it in firmly. Afterwards, they lifted the frame carefully, rinsed the frame, and repeated the process. Superintendent of Scottsbluff National Monument, Dan Morford, explains the importance of the project.
So this is really an important project with us to maintain our historic buildings, and it's a really great opportunity and partnership for Scottsbluff to be able to partner with these folks.
In total, upwards of 400 new bricks will be made this week, stacked onto pallets, and then will dry until the New Mexico crew comes back later this summer for wall construction.
That is some very cool stuff there, Rebecca. Thank you for that. Well, that is it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.